So as beginner, what should we focus on these things?
As an email marketing, I would always, even I started in that way. It's always good to start with a tool assistant, tool like creating in the campaign setup guy. We call it as Klaviyo technician or technician. So what happens there is you will get all lot of brands to work on. So simply what your job is, slice it, put it in the email marketing tool, use the subject line that they're given, use a segmentation they are giving, just sending the emails. So on that, you will start learning and analyzing each email, why this is made. So then you start asking question, okay, why this email is going to only this particular customer? Why this email has this subject line and this text? And why this have this products? For example, sometimes they will give high offer. So then why we are giving a high offer? It's not this a bestseller. Might be a slow moving product. That's why we are giving a high discount. Probably we are giving a free gift. So might be there is an extra stock available. That's why we are doing it. This whole thing. This will help you to understand a why behind what. So when you get the answer why behind what, then you can do what. Otherwise, you won't be able to start what. So what is called a strategy. So when you don't know why we are doing this strategy, we cannot do the start what. So when you are completely have a good idea of why, then you start think about what. Then you start involving into is saying that okay, now I need to start myself and try to make a strategy for one brand. And then you can connect with one email marketer or anybody who's in the team. Hey, I wanted to learn a little more. I made this one. Can you help me with that? Is it in the right track, or you want some guidance on that? That's the way we can learn. Otherwise, if you want to become a strategist straight away, I don't think that is the right approach that you will be able to do it. Because everybody, if you try to become if you don't know the tool, if you don't know the limitation of the tool, you cannot make a strategy. If client comes and say that, hey, can you send a email to this particular group who purchased X and Y product in the last 15 days, I should know that I can make that segment inside my tool or not. If I'm not sure it is not possible, if I'm sure it's not possible, I cannot say yes to client. Understood. So getting to know the tool, getting to know the limitations, getting to know what it can do, what all you can give, these all things help you to make the strategy. So knowing the why and the tool will help you to do what.
Okay. So for example, it's done that beginner should be learning. Now, for example, we need to pitch the client. So client wants a proof of work. So how we can build a proof of the work? That's too important. How can they can build a portfolio?
Portfolio is something if you want to mail, like you need to understand. See, I whenever I go for it asking somebody to conduct an interview, I will ask them what are your strengths. So I would give them 5 pointers and ask them, can you rearrange it this based on your strength. So recently an interview, I gave them 5 options, calling a team. I am a good team lead. I am a good strategist. I am a good data analyst. I am a good copywriter. I am love execution. So these 5 pointers I give. So these 5 pointers would, if you rearrange, you will be able to understand what is your strength. Okay. For example, your strength is copywriting. If you put copywriting first, you are not in the right order, because unless and until you analyze the data, you cannot understand a strategy. Without knowing the strategy, you cannot write a copy. Am I right? Am I making sense?
Yes, yes.
So then you start building that up. Let that come on an order. So let build data analysis, then come into strategy, then come into campaign and execution. So you need to come in a place where you arrange yourself in that particular order. Then you will be able to build a portfolio based on your strength. And this is the thing. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you are just going as a designer to an email marketing, you know how to design well,
Yeah.
but execution also you might do it. But
Hmm.
sometimes client ask why it is happened, you will be able to answer anything. So that's what we need to come in a place where we need to be in a hierarchical order, our strength and our strategy, so that we will be able to ask anything to the client. If client comes and asks me why this happened, if I'm not able to answer that why, then that is not gonna be a good relationship with the client. So
Okay.
we need to do that.